Hey. Welcome to Ride Along Live. Welcome. Oi. I am here. Lacey J, how you doing? How you guys doing? Welcome, man. Welcome. Gosh, I miss all you. I miss sitting in this chair. All you don't know is a different vibe, it's a different feeling when you're sitting in this chair, I mean, no matter where you go, Jed, it's just nice to be back here. CJ Noel, how you doing? Thompson Cador, how you doing? Big up Donna Bernard Alexis, how are you doing? I can't move on with the regular show before I get to see and know who we have locked on. Let me know who watching. Let me know. Terrence Millet, how you doing? You good? Thank you. I spent a few weeks and came back, and then they just installed a whole set of more cameras and stuff like that. Just more things to trick me up. So we have hello right here, and then we have hello here, and then we have hello here. So I have to keep up. Let me tell you, them folks that ride along, they're just trying to confuse me even more. So I had to get used to it though. Nevertheless, good evening, Tracy, Keisha, pleasant good evening, Jenlyn, Andal. Nice, thank you. Hey, Spice, Cyrus Horn, how you doing? Guys, share the program and put it on your page, because today we are going to be speaking with Honorable Andy Williams, and you have a lot to say, right? Honorable Andy Williams, this hard-working minister, is traveling all over the place, and we just kind of can't really keep up with him. But he has a lot to say. We have a lot to discuss. But it's not only me alone in the conversation today. I want you guys to engage the minister as well. So we're going to open up the phone lines and give you an opportunity to call in live. All right? Okay? Steve Parrott. I call your name. Huh? I call your name. Thank you, Alexander Kellan. Big up yourself. Carl James, I call your name. Yes. Suzette, yes. All right, guys. So listen, I don't want to waste a lot of time, because, again, we have the minister, Andy Williams, who, again, he is, I believe, in Canada somewhere. And we just got an opportunity to have him on quickly, because he has some stuff to discuss, and we don't want to waste much time on that. I will give all you guys all your big up a little bit afterwards. All right, so let's go. Help me introduce on the ride. He's no stranger to the ride. He is one of the hardest working minister in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique right now. Honorable Andy Williams, MIT. How you doing, sir? How are you today?
I'm good. Good afternoon, Junior, and good afternoon to the viewers. MIT. Let me just say this, Junior. Wherever I go, people always know me by an abbreviation or by the organization that I work with. When it's hotspot, it's hotspot. When it's government, is MIT.
Yeah.
But I'll embrace it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, first and foremost, we're going to be talking about a lot of things today. I know you are not the Minister of Culture, but MIT kind of surround all the ministries. I know you're not the Minister of Education, but I want to ask you about a couple things because you circle all of the ministries. But let's first start to talk about Carnival, Jed. Spice Mass 2023. What's your overall vibe, your overall take on what we witnessed in Grenada for this Spice Mass season?
Well, first of all, to give my verdict on Carnival, I must measure it to something. And what I have to measure it, to or by, I can compare it to last year. When we came into office last year and we saw the Carnival product, it was not the best. It was kind of on its way down, on its low. And people realize that. For example, the Soca Monarch show was poorly attended.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the shows were poorly attended. And what we did, we changed the Spice Mass board and we changed the chairman. And what we saw this year, we saw, an event or a weekend where you had more attendance, you had more competition. When you look at Soca Monarch, it was crazy. I mean, imagine that Spice Mas was telling me that, Andy, we had to widen the area to hold more people because the amount of tickets that was sold, they had to ensure that the place could accommodate the people. And if you compare that to last year, that's a vast improvement.
Right.
When you look at the show, you had boys, you had even Torpy coming back in the competition. That in itself is a great achievement.
Right.
So when you come but let's talk about the violence-free carnival.
Yeah, but hold on, before we go into the violence-free, many would say that comparing it to 2022 might be a little bit unfair because we just recovered from COVID. That was the first official carnival. It was a kind of happen job kind of thing. We didn't know if we would have a carnival.
Hold on. But it was the first carnival, so that means it should have been a bomb carnival because if you starve people for a little while, when you open back now, you're supposed to see people flocking back because that's the first time in a long time.
Or people were apprehensive. A lot of people were apprehensive about even being a part of carnival because they don't know, should I wear a mask? Should I not wear a mask? What is the protocol? Is there going to be a full-fledged carnival? I remember the last committee was kind of battling in between if they're going to be full-fledged or still halfway carnival. So my comparison would be 2019 if we had to look at it compared to 2019 because that was the last time we had like a real pack carnival. And my assessment is this year really it matched in 2019 or it probably surpassed. I don't know the full numbers. In terms of what we saw.
Well, I would say it surpassed because just imagine you had men like Torpy coming back in competition. In 2019, we could not have gotten Torpy to come back. But also, let me just say this, we heard the cries of the artists.
Yes.
And most were saying after the carnival season, they were left in a deficit where instead of making money, they owed people.
Right.
And, so we are saying to ourselves, why shouldn't these gentlemen come together? They are the one that make carnival what it is. And after carnival, they have to be left in, or be left in the red. So that is why, that is part of the reason why we raise the fees and also the prize monies.
Yes.
And it shows that we listened, and even last year, Boise, he was the one that really stood up for it, and I mean, hands off, they show a man who stands for nothing, falls for everything. So the other guys have to give Boise his credit for standing up, to say, listen, we need more prize money in order for us to take part in the shows. And we did just that. The first prize winner for Soca Monarch got $100,000, $80,000 in cash, and $20,000 in other things, in value. So that in itself, again, when you invest more in the product, it shows why the activity on the night was such a bomb. And but Junior, and when you see why this carnival was so important to me, because it showed me some life lessons. Like the farmer man. This man was knocking on the door for 17 years.
Yes.
Most people would give up and say, you know what, man, it's Corey Favor, they didn't choose him, and what, and give up. But he keep on pressing. And look, he got his breakthrough and he came, second in Soca Monarch, and he even came second. Well, he tied for the road match.
Yes.
So again, we learned some life lessons from Carnival.
Yes.
Yeah. But in itself, it was a great show. There are always things that we can work on. That Spice Mas, I could tell you that they are meeting and they are talking about ways to improve next year. And because we listen to the cry of the people, we listen to the criticism. That is the only way you can learn. You cannot learn when people are just telling you the good. You need people to tell you exactly, to be straight up with you and say, hey, this is where you went wrong, or this is where you could have done better. And it is up to us now to go back to the drawing table and improve on what we, on what we could have done better for this year.
Right.
So, and again, I was talking to the Prime Minister, and he intends to address the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and PD Matic. Because when things are bad, like leading up to the carnival, we had a little violence, and people were saying what's happening to Grenada, and it was the worst. But when things are good, we tend to keep quiet on it. And that is why the Prime Minister said he will address the nation, because he has to congratulate the people for really, how to say, making sure that our carnival was violent free. So yes, we had fun, but we did not have to worry about, this one, damaging this one. And so we had fun.
Yeah.
And foreigners came and had fun. And we can tell you that next year, it will even be bigger next year. Right? And that is what we want. This is what Grenada is all about. And we are seeing it. We are showcasing to the world that we have the best carnival and we have the safest carnival. So hats off to Spice Mass. Hats off to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I think we are doing our best to show that Grenada is the place to be.
Yeah. What in you? Okay, you are in a very peculiar situation because you get to look at it from government perspective, but you also get to look from it from a someone who love the culture. You partake in the culture. You always look to see how the culture could go from strength to strength. Check out your minister hat right now, right? And just look at it. Let's look at it from you, Andy William, just the someone who patronized and someone who take in carnival. What do you think that could be improved? From the events and Spice Mass, and that you think could even escalate or elevate the product.
So let me take up my minister hat now, right?
Yeah.
Andy Williams. Hold on. You ready? So let me just take out the hat now, right?
Right. So we're
talking
about
right,
Andy Williams, yes. Yeah.
Right, so let's start. Now, let me just share something with you, eh? Now, growing up, I was a DJ growing up. Right? My brother, now Danny Clark, he's the one that really went further with it, right? He plays in Junction every Friday night, Yeah, man, Danny is my brother. Yeah, that's my big brother. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Actually, when I got involved in politics.
Me on the road.
Well, exactly.
he provided the truck. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Okay. Go ahead now. Okay.
So that's the one who gave me advice. Whenever I want my advice, I sit down as a small brother, as a little brother to Danny. I say, Danny, listen, I want to get involved in politics. What do you think? And he will give me the advice, and I will take it, and I'll run with it. That's how we operate.
Okay.
Right. So back in the days, Junior, I'm talking about in the 90s, when Carnival used to be in the market, we had a bar. Every carnival, we will have a bar. Right? And we will make a lot of money for carnival time just by having a bar in town. Because the masqueraders and everyone will come and buy from us. What I'm seeing now, I'm seeing a lot of the bands and the masqueraders and so who are in the bands, everything is all inclusive. So what you are seeing is that the small man who got up a bar by the side of the road, not really making much money now. Now, to be honest with you, I was passing by on Wednesday morning to go to work. And I saw someone with some drinks, about 40 cases of Coke, putting it back on the lagoon, putting it back in the truck, maybe to give back to Coca-Cola or whoever it is.
Yes.
To bring it back. So it seemed like if they catered for a lot of sale, but they did not get a sale that was expected.
Yes.
So we have to find a way to strike a balance so that the small man can actually get something, and not the bands again take everything. So if it means, like for example, the Monday night mass, we have a package that includes drinks, but maybe for the Juve or for other things, I'm just saying, you have a package, that that does not include drinks, so that the small man at the side of the road can really get a sale or eat a food, or you call it.
On that note right there, I know you have some others, but on that note, I think that is important. Because I met somebody in the carnage, right? And this vendor came up to me and she was saying, look, how come they didn't know? I don't know if they told her or not, but that's what she told me. How come we didn't know that Monday night mass and the other parade, I think Carnival Tuesday, the bands and them was not coming on the carnage because they went by
Spice Mass.
Right, and they made that turn. They did not go on the carnage, but there was vendors on the carnage. So
yeah.
She came to me and she was very upset. I don't know if it was told to them or not, but that's what she told me.
Yeah.
She was very upset because they made no money whatsoever.
Yeah. And Junior, I was upset too because, I was upset. And not because I'm government. I have to defend everything, and that's me. I try to keep it real, and because I have been there, I mean, I have been there where we had a bar and everything in town for carnival where we set up for nights. Sometimes the masqueraders come and they drink and so, but they don't know the stress you have behind just setting up. You have to get your pallets, get guys to hook you up, get your current, bring your drinks and everything, and then you still have to, when everyone gone home, you have to be there, to secure your stuff, have someone there, go home, bait, come back. And even when carnival done, you used to have the stress of having to get a transport, coming again to bring back your stuff into the storeroom. It's a lot of stress.
It's a lot of stress.
And and Junior, people stay up late nights, they make the sacrifice sometimes, people thieve them, they make much money, but for the love, they come back. So I think that next year, what Spice must have to do, they have to communicate better. And we have to speak with the mass bands and the vendors. And sometimes that's where the ball fall. Like everyone knows, but no one is sharing information.
Mm-hmm.
And information is very vital to the success of anything. So this is what we have to do different next year. We have to communicate with the vendors. Let's talk to them because maybe the carnage may be outdated, but maybe there are opportunities elsewhere for people to make money. So things change. So it shouldn't be a case where you're not making any carnage and it's done, but it should be a case where let's come and brainstorm. Let's brainstorm and let's see how we can make this work for everyone. That should be the approach we should be taking next year. And again, we learn from this year. We understand, but we should not make the same mistake next year. And I spoke to Spice Mouse already, and we have a good relationship. They listen, and we spoke about it. So we will make changes next year because trust me, my heart goes out to the small man who did not benefit on the carnage, and I will not defend that.
Right.
I will not defend it. I will not. I'll always keep it real.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're so right because, I mean, for the Juve, it was good. The Juve came through the carnage. The vendors was happy. Everything was well. Even I was taken by surprise a bit, and I was a part of the Monday night mass when it was by Tantine, and everybody like, wait, so we ain't going on the carnage? I thought that we was going on the carnage as we did in
right.
Yes, probably it was dead and I missed it, but
you see, in all fairness too, when you look at the trucks that people have these days,
yes,
they have the big trailer trucks, and it's impossible for those trucks to pass on the carnage.
Yes, I know.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe we can look at an opportunity somewhere else, maybe on top Tantine. Maybe moving from the vendor from the carnage. If the trucks cannot pass there, it doesn't make any sense. We putting people there to wait for nothing. So, or additionally, we can have certain part of the carnival, add certain things to the carnival, to the weekend, and we can have it on the carnage, so the people on the carnage can benefit. Right? That's another way. But if it's up to me again, some people may, and again, my minister cap is off.
Right, we talk. If
it's up to me, let me just explain something. In my opinion, carnival should be for the weekend, should be for Spice Mass. We give private individuals the whole year to have their shows. When Friday comes, in my opinion, again, just saying, that's my cap off.
Right.
That should be dedicated for only national events. So if you want to have Soca Monarch, Pan, Groovy, the Dimanche Gras, which I think should come back to Sunday, Dimanche Gras, Monday night, Tuesday. If it's up to me, I will not have any private events on those nights because we give the private people the whole rest of the year to have the events. Leading up to Carnival, you have the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Thursday, all these days. You can have your events on these days. But let's keep the weekend for ourselves and let us control the narrative. In that way, we can decide what shows will happen on the Sunday. How can we let the carnage benefit on the Sunday? And we can adjust the list of activities to suit. And that weekend should be for Spice. That's where Spice should make its money, right? And and that's where Spice must have the ability to improve on the product and not let the product go into someone else's hands.
Right.
So that's my view again. That's a change that I will make to Carnival. Let's leave the weekend for Spice Mass. You have the whole rest of the year private promoters to do your stuff. Up to even leading up to the weekend. You have all those days to do your stuff. But when it's Carnival weekend, let's leave it to Spice Mass. That's a change again that I will make.
Right. No, point well taken. Now I remember going into the season, I was speaking to someone who was who'd been very involved in Spice Mass for the past years. And he gave me an idea that he was talking about an idea that he saw implemented in other countries. And I was like, wow, that's a brilliant idea. If that has been implemented in Grenada, then it basically pays for the whole carnival about 5 times. Is the idea of, and I hope the person will give me permission to mention the idea here. I think it won't be a problem. The idea of having a festival tax attached to everyone who coming into the country, right? A festival tax of $15, $10 attached to everyone ticket. Nobody don't feel in that. But at the end of the day, Spice Masses could possibly generate over $5 million.
Okay.
Which could pay for everything. Tell me what you think about that, because I
think
it's a great idea.
So let me just make a note. Junior recommends festival tax.
I don't mind.
So Junior having a tax come on is Junior. Just joking.
It's not my idea. It was somebody who told me this, and I
just joking.
Yes, I was like, yes, festival.
Yeah, but no, what you said. I mean, that's a good idea, but not just festival tax. But let me explain what you see happening. Right, you have people evading the tax system. Whereas these days we have Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
So someone coming to Grenada and they book a hotel, they will pay taxes, basically.
Right.
But if they really go through the Airbnb system, you have cases where they will not pay taxes. So maybe one option that we have is to abolish the tax at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And when people come in as visitors, they should pay a tax there and then. So even though they go and stay in a hotel or they stay in an Airbnb, at least, you are collecting tax revenue. And you have places like Bonaire that adopt that system. So there are countries right now that are looking to really, close the gap.
Right.
And look at ways so that they can benefit. And even though the taxes that you put on will not be much to talk about, but when you add it up in the numbers, it could benefit the country tremendously.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
$10, $5.50, $10. Your ticket is already say your ticket is $720. $70.25 is not going to kill anybody. You ain't going to kill it. Because if you look at all the taxes that you already pay on the ticket, I mean, we don't even know it, but we're paying for 9/11 taxes every time we buy a ticket. Every time we buy a plane, we're paying for 9/11 taxes. Nobody's complaining about that. But what I'm saying is, if that is implemented over time, Spice Mass could pay for Carnival, pay every single show. Spice Mass is could generate essentially about $5 million in just that in instituting a $5 festival tax attached to your ticket. As soon as you buy your ticket, that gets attached to your ticket. So it's not something you have to pay extra or you have to find $5 to pay. No, your ticket is $725, and that is attached.
Right.
I think that is the way to go. So then you don't have to nitpick on everything and squeeze on everything. We can have the radio stations and them, transmit audio recording of Soca Monarch. So the whole country, even if you could pay pay-per-view or not, you could at least listen to the podcast. But because go ahead.
But let me just go. But let me just go further with the Junior.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we should do, and I know what we start to have the discussion already, is even places like airlines like JetBlue. Right, soon we will start to have the conversation with them, because when it's our carnival, the price of a ticket is just ridiculous.
Exactly.
So if we can help save people, again, the price increase on the tickets around carnival time, put on a tax of a small amount, again, they will not feel it that much. As a matter of fact, if we can help them to save money, and you put in a small tax, the country will benefit, and they will benefit. So everyone will benefit in the process. So that is indeed a discussion that we can have. And so because we want local to come back, and if the prices are much lower, or JetBlue, and again, we are thankful for the service that JetBlue are giving us.
Yes.
But if we can help keep the price down, that can result in more people coming to Grenada. And when they come to Grenada, look at the spin-off effect it will have for everyone.
Yes.
Right, the mass bands, the vendors, everyone will benefit. The hotels, and we see Grenadians coming back. Now, let me explain something. I worked in the hotel industry for like 13 years, and during that time, that's when Carnival time comes around, that's when we will make the least revenue. And people will say, Andy, why am I making the least revenue? What are you talking about? Carnival time, the planes are full.
Right.
But back in the days, when people come back from the US and so for Carnival, they will go to their homes to live, or to their relative and so to live.
Right.
So the hotels are not getting those bookings. And people who want to come to Grenada cannot come to Grenada because the flights are full with locals who are going and stay by their families. So at that time, during the Carnival time, the hotel, did bad. But now you are seeing people coming to Grenada and they are going straight to the hotels.
Yes.
So that's good. So if we can help lower the price or the cost of a ticket, people can take those excess money now and spend it back into the economy.
Yes.
Where we will benefit, and we will see a much more spin-off.
Yes.
Now what we have to do as a country is to look at ways to improve our product, so that when people come with these excess money, it doesn't go back, but it stays in the country. And we have to look beyond the granitang, beyond the nutmeg, beyond the bananas and the fruits, and so we have to look beyond that. And that is why I would say my visit to India was so successful.
I want to get to
right.
That.
I don't know if you.
I really want to get to that India trip, because I heard some great things from it. But one other thing that I want to take back to the government, right? Find a way to have more stakeholders, like yes, I don't buy the price of air travel should be so high, because I chartered flights before, and the problem why I had to keep my price high was because coming back I had an empty vessel. I was coming back empty vessel. But that's not the problem with those airlines.
Right.
They're flying in full, they're flying out full. Why the price so high?
Exactly.
So if
that so we definitely will adjust that.
Yes, you have to adjust, and then know how much money is this airlines. I mean, we love their services. Okay, are they working in sponsoring events, sponsoring mass bands? This year I was sponsored. I got sponsorship from Inter-Caribbean. Thank you so much, Inter-Caribbean. You guys sponsor the mass band. You put your money where your mouth is. But what about the big airlines like Virgin and British Airways from England and JetBlue and all these others? Are they injecting sponsorship into local businesses, bands, organization? Are they injecting it back into it? And not them only. What about NAWASA? And let's look at NAWASA in particular, right? I know NAWASA is a nice corporate citizen, but when people come to Grenada, more people coming to Grenada, that means they're using more water, more people bathing, more people washing their face, right? More water being used.
Right.
So that means that there's an increase. So companies could then now show their support back into SpiceMass to help the product.
Yeah.
That is the reason why they are getting so much a surplus. So
right. So, but let me just say this as you're on this. Grenada Carnival is growing. Every year it's growing bigger and bigger. So what we can do, part of junior transformation process and things is you cannot stay home and see everything. You have to sometimes travel to see how other people do things.
Yes.
So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you can piggyback from others. And maybe Trinidad is a good place to piggyback from, right? So just exactly what you're saying, it's important, and I agree with it. And we can look at other countries and see how or what they did to benefit tremendously from the event. And we can, as I said, piggyback on it to benefit also. Because yes, I mean, Grenada Carnival was always there, but you can see it taking off. And we may not have all the answers, but if we can, again, copy some of the strategies used by other countries and bring it back to Grenada, like maybe making the corporate, the corporate Grenada contribute more to Carnival, the airlines, as you were saying, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, but we can start having the engagement because, face it, sometimes we think that we depend on those folks, but I can tell you, it may be the other way around. Those folks may be looking to, boy, Carnival coming up, we're going to make our money just by Grenada Carnival, being there. So we should see how we can piggyback on them making even more money also. So again, I agree with what you're saying. And these are things that I'm making notes while we're speaking.
Yeah.
So it's something that I will talk to the Minister of Culture about and the cabinet.
Yeah.
And we could come together to see how we can make these improvements for Carnival next year.
And I charter in a flight next year. I did it before, twice before. Next year, I already have everything in place. Next year, we're having an amazing flight coming from New York. I'm telling all you early.
Lovely.
Flight coming down.
But before we leave this topic of Carnival, I want to address Rainbow City.
Yes.
Because as a little boy, I never got to go Rainbow City because Rainbow City, I remember asking my parents to go Rainbow City and they were like, Andy, no, because it was kind of far and Rainbow City was the thing. Carnival also wasn't the thing. It was a Rainbow City. It was a big thing. Right? And, now we have seen Rainbow City, it's losing its popularity and everything. As a matter of fact, it used to be 2 days, now it's 1 day. And we need to get back to the stage where we appreciate Rainbow City. And that is something that I can tell you that the Minister of Sports and Culture, the Honorable Ron Reddit, is working on. And you can look to see some improvements to Rainbow City next year. And everything should not be centered around St. George's. We have to, yes, I'm the MP for the South. I'm glad for everything. But we have to, to share the love. A tourist come to Grenada and they could stay in the South and experience the whole Carnival and go back. No, it should be about exploring the whole country. And if we help develop the Rainbow City product, that could add to the experience of the Carnival.
Yes.
So, and that is ways that we can grow even more. Also, we can incorporate something in the north of the island also, in St. Patrick's. So that when someone comes to Grenada, they will be traveling through the length and breadth of Grenada. They can spend the money and the money could stay here and they should not be going back with money, Junior. They should be having a time of their life.
Yeah.
And the countryside is a wonderful part of Grenada, which we have to embrace. We cannot treat it like a stepchild.
Right.
But also, what about Carriacou?
Yes.
Carriacou is a lovely place to be.
Yes.
And to me, you should not come to Grenada and not go to Carriacou.
Carriacou is
So these are things that we have to work on. Yes, we have the best Carnival, but we haven't even touched the iceberg yet. True. We have a lot more to go. True. And that is the exciting thing about it. So you can see the transformation coming. Ron Reddit and I, we work brilliantly, lovely together. Right? That's my partner, Mariela Bonifay. So these are things that we will talk on. And I know Mr. Cotros, Spice Mass, Cecil Noel, Chairman, they are very receptive and they listen. So we'll be working on these things to improve the Carnival next year.
Right. And one thing before we touch on, we spring off of Carnival, the Carnage is such a beautiful place. The Carnage is so lovely. I think it's not been used to its full potential, especially around Carnival, or even going forward. I think Pan, and you very instrumental, you have been instrumental in bringing out a Pan group, right? I think the Carnage could do like a little Sunday Pan thing and liven up the Carnage, because on a regular day, man, the Carnage dead.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Let Pan play on the Carnage and people come and shop and buy things on the Carnage and vendors could make a money, entertainment on the Carnage and people go have a reason to come around on the Carnage. From you see from by the police station, come right around that corner up there. That could be a real vibe place, man. It's so picturesque, it's so beautiful. Let's bring some kind of entertainment to the Carnage off Carnival season.
No, you're making me see what I don't want to see, Junior, because I wanted that to be a surprise to the people of Grenada.
Oh, so I reading your notes.
But let me tell you, let me just touch on Pan. I visited Pan Wizards in Montu/Valley. When I went there, I saw some little kids playing Pan.
Mm-hmm.
And they were having a ball of a time. As a matter of fact, they had an event in Montu at the time, and everybody went to the event. And these kids stayed back to play the pan and practice for Panorama Night. When I saw the discipline in those kids, it touched me, Junior.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to corporate Grenada, and I want to thank Superb Distributors. I want to thank Grenada Distillers, right, and more. They contributed to the uniforms and so to help tune in the pan for pan lovers, right? And they were instrumental in ensuring that these children were able to perform Panorama Night.
Mm.
So I gave them my full support. And I will continue to give them my full support. And I'm saying, when we have communities with a lot of children, we have to find extracurricular activities for them to be involved in. Otherwise, it is so easy to go the wrong way.
Yes.
We need to start having positive things that they can contribute, that they can make a contribution towards. And when things like PAN or someone like PAN can instill a sense of discipline in them, they can find something better to do in their spare time than doing nothing at all. You see, the idle work is the devil workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And just by these children being involved in PAN, it gave me the inspiration as an MP for the South to go on a campaign to help them. And we are going to help them with the infrastructure. We are going to help them with more PAN, because every child in Granans Valley, Montu, Limes, Frequente, I'm just saying in my constituency, should be involved in PAN. PAN should be brought in the schools to teach children music. And when you get that, people can appreciate PAN more from a younger age. And just like that, you can see Panorama even gaining more momentum. Because no people can understand PAN. No, I will say, Junior, I love PAN, but I don't understand Panorama because it's just so much pangalanga, you know?
Yeah.
So I may not appreciate going to Panorama.
Right.
But imagine from school, we get to understand PAN.
Yeah.
We will look forward to going to Panorama. And that is what we have to do, because PAN is a major part of our culture, and we should not let it die.
Yes.
So going forward, I will ensure that I do my best, and again, working along with Honorable Ron Redden, to push PAN, right? To push PAN. And it is so easy these days. Junior, let me just tell you something. I didn't want to say it, but one day I saw a 9-year-old going to buy drugs for his father. You understand? Going to buy drugs for his father. And I'm saying, as parents, you can blame the government, you can blame the police, you can blame anyone. But how can a parent justify sending their 9-year-old to buy drugs for them? Imagine that 9-year-old take a little whatever it is and he get hooked. His whole life just gone on the road.
Yes.
We cannot feel satisfied by allowing these things to happen. So I want to reach out to parents too. It is our responsibility to ensure that we create a platform for our children, and don't put the blame on anyone else. Don't put the blame on anyone else. It's your responsibility as a parent to grow your child in the best possible way. If you have a nasty habit, keep it away from them. Show them the right way. Give them the opportunity to choose as they develop, right? And what we can do as a government is to create a platform that these children can learn and can see something positive going forward. And that is why sometimes when we banter so much on the Facebook, and we want to kill one another with the politics and the religion, and you find children are listening, and you wonder now, how come Grenada kind of getting into this kind of violence and so, but it's we are the one that are pushing it. That is why if you look at my page on Facebook, you will see me always trying to quote something positive. Trying to say, listen, it's not about party, it's about country. And I detest people, that try to put us against each other. Look at Parliament. When we go in Parliament, yes, we may have our debates in Parliament. But when we go and have lunch, it's all love, Clarissa and I, we eat together, we joke together, we joke about, listen, you're always trying to get me on NMP, but I didn't go on NMP, I went to NDC. We just having fun. Peter and I will joke about you know, they will say that I'm the Peter of the NMP, and we will joke about that, you know, all the time. You know, right? You know, so we have to not show every time the hate and the ugliness and this whole thing. Show the love. When we create a country and an environment of love, this will resonate into the younger ones.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just saying, you know.
That is so true.
Yeah, man.
On that note, we didn't even big up the RGPF, you know. Guys, let me hold on. Before we talk about the RGPF, let me just say, guys, you're watching right along live. I'm taking all the talk for myself. I know, sorry. I want to call in too, so we can open up the phone lines. Andy, you see the time already, right? You see what we're saying already? You see the time?
Yeah, well, let me give the audience a joke. Junior said that he will take the show will be 1 hour. I said, Junior, you know where we get on. You just say that, but normally it goes more than 1 hour.
I try. At least I try. I try. Okay, I try. So we open the phone lines if you guys want to call in at any point in time, 718-701-5720. But we have to pick up the RGPF. We have to salute the RGPF, man.
Yes. Listen, they did a good job.
It was. I was there, and I didn't feel inconvenience whatsoever. I got pulled over at a couple of instances. I was like, okay, cool. Here's my license. Here's my this. Here's my that. No problem. They search what they have to search, and they let me go. Fine. I ain't getting no preferential treatment. I don't want a preferential treatment. But that goes to show that the RGPF had a mechanism working. They had the job. They was doing their job, and that is why I believe that there was no. That and we was promoting non-violence. So all of that came together. There was a little something that happened, but no violence during the carnival season. And we're talking about a carnival at Juve that is people walking around with chain in the hand. Could you imagine? People have chain all over the place. Nobody and beat up nobody and bust nobody head. Monday night mass, a carnival that held a mass held in the night. You can't see people's face. Not a poof of violence. So RGPF, we have to salute them.
Yes.
Salute them.
Also, Junior, salute the RGPF. Even salute the people, the cleaners too.
Yes, the garbage
men. The cleaners.
Why they work hard?
They work hard. And even the guys who will throw the sand in the road after the road was oiled up, and so we have to give them credit because while they could say, to hell with that and go and jump up, but no, they stayed and they showed that they did their job around the festive season that time when everyone would want to go and enjoy themselves. So again, hats off to them. Also, let me just say, hats off also to the opposition, right? They really was, trying to make a case and talking about the violence. So I want to say hats off to them also. And that is where we can work together. Not just we fighting against each other, but we work together as a people, opposition and government for the country and for the greater good. So I want to say hats off to Dr. Mitchell and his team because they were preaching non-violence also. So I just want to give them that respect.
We have a caller. We have a caller on the line. Caller live, we're calling us from. Hello? Hello? Okay.
I'm not here.
Hold on. Let me the caller hung up.
The call, press 1 for more.
All right, caller. Hi, caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, good evening, Jenny. I'm calling from Mass, Boston.
Hey, go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Hi, Andy. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good, thank you.
Great. So, Andy, I was listening to you from the beginning, and I heard you said that you have a good relationship with Spice Mass Corporation. So, since you do have a good relationship with them, I would like for you to ask them, why did they mistreated Miss St. Patrick's? I would like for them to apologize to her. And if they don't want to do it publicly, because they probably think that they too big to apologize to her, call her personally and apologize to her. I thank you. I'll listen to your answer.
So no problem. I will say no problem. I will relay the message. Huh?
What happened?
St. Patrick's, Miss St. Patrick's.
Okay.
Yeah. So I listen, Junior, right? Mm-hmm. Now, anyone know that I will keep it real. Mm-hmm. And I will not, because it's my government, my party, our board, and so I will just come and try to defend everything. Mm-hmm. So maybe there are some reasons why certain things happened, but at the end of the day, it's us. We are the highest entity, so we will take responsibility.
Right.
So, caller, I will speak to them, and I will relay your message to them also.
Okay.
So, thank you. Yeah.
Oh, got another call on the line. Caller, your line, where you calling us from?
Hi, good night, Junior, and good night, Minister Williams.
Hi, good night, good night.
St. Patrick. Yeah, I'm from St. Patrick's.
Lovely.
And I was listening to your program from the beginning, and I heard you mention something a while ago as it relates not only tongue.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be done through the rural area.
Yeah.
I look at St. Patrick as a historical site area, and I think I'm asking you, please, to work along with Minister Andal if you could create some avenue. We could boost the tourism sector up here. Women could eat our food just like all the other people selling, vending in Granite. We could have up here because we are Liposil. So when tourists come, they are slave pen. We could have people selling. You could have, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's just my concern. You know,
okay.
I really do work with people and probably have a dialogue with the people in St. Patrick's. Yeah, so probably could share your ideas with you.
Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Junior.
Hey.
Sometimes we think that the ideas have to come from the scholars, and the ideas are right here from our people. And let me just share something with you. When I had Hotspot, everyone was saying that Sotels is a poorest place and poor and poor and poor. Let me tell you, whenever I did a sale, sometimes Sotel used to beat back the big carnage in sales. So again, we tend to underestimate the rural areas, but we should not.
Right.
And I think the caller just made a very important point, and I will endorse it. I just made a note of it, so be sure that I will follow up on it.
Nice, nice. You know what I like in particular. We were talking about the India thing. So I went to meet with the minister. I went to the line, but if you see people.
Yeah. But let me tell you, Gina, right? Let me tell you. Now let me just explain this, right? Sometimes someone may message me or call me and they may not get me because I'm dealing with so much people, Junior. So much people on a daily basis, and I try my best to do the ministry work, to do the constituency work, and respond to people. Even I'm in Canada right now, and while the conference is going on, I'm trying to reply and try to work things out and try to pull strings to make sure that things can happen. And why? Because when I got involved in politics, it was not for, and I'll say it plain, it was not to tribalize people. It was not to put people against one another. It was because I wanted to help people. When I had my business Hotspot, anyone who knows Andy knows that Andy loves to help. A man come and make groceries and he cannot afford everything, I would tell him, listen, go with it. It's better a man come to make groceries and he see he's making the effort than he take that same money and go and buy alcohol with it and his family cannot get anything. So I will encourage people to come and make groceries. And I have the dollar sugar, dollar rice, dollar this and dollar that. Because I will go and get stuff and so to get the deals. I will not take it for myself, but I pass it on to the people. Right? And Junior, let me just share something again. There's something in economics called loss leaders. I'll do sugar for $1, flour for $1, rice for $1. You call it a loss leader, meaning that you'll make a loss on it, but it will draw people to your store. But when they come to your store, they will buy saltfish, cheese, chicken, whatever it is, and you will make on those items.
Right. Nice.
But when I do, Junior, I felt I felt that joy that I'm helping people to put groceries in their house. It was to help people, not profit, to help people. So now that I'm involved in politics, the idea is how do I help people? And that is why sometimes when people criticize me and they have the worst to say about me, I don't say answer back because I told someone, do I spend my energy answering back people or do I spend my energy trying to better your life?
True.
And I would spend my energy every day trying to better your life than getting involved in the petty talks and in the politics stuff. And listen, face it, we have people that get paid every day, Junior, to go on the air and to bad talk our party, right? And so when they bad talk me, I don't take this thing personal. All I say is that, listen, that's your job. That's how you're feeling yourself. So go ahead and bad talk Andy, but Andy will be there. If you fall tomorrow, it's the same Andy that will be the first one there to help you. Because I don't take things personal.
True.
And, so when it comes like on a Thursday and you see all these people by me, it's because when they come to me in the South, I don't ever say that I'm only for the South. So you have people from all other constituencies coming to me on a Thursday. And I will tell them, no problem. I will deal with the issues and I will try my best. So it does be hard. Sometimes I don't eat lunch. I go from morning, sometimes all into night. I don't eat. I just stay and I try to solve every one issue. When I finish, then I go and get something to eat for myself. But politics is about people. And if you don't want to deal with people, or if you don't like people, then you don't get involved in politics. If you don't want to help someone, you don't get involved in politics. And that's what I signed up for. So I'm going to do just that. And it doesn't matter, Junior, if the next election I'm not elected. At least I will feel satisfied that I've done my best to help everyone that I came in contact with. If there are people that cuss me out, and I will say, listen, just forget the heat. Let me see, just tell me how I can help you.
Right.
And I just help them, and that's it.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So let's talk about your visit to India. Because I called, hey, I got something to show you, and they said you're in India. I'm like, India?
Yeah.
India? What is India all about?
So let me just share something with you. What excites me, Junior? I mean, I like food, But besides food,
Okay.
What excites me is when, like when I travel and I go these places, Junior, all I check on is what I can bring back for Grenada. So, and every time I travel is the agency that really pays for the ticket. So it's not a country's expense.
Okay, that's good.
Right? So the India paid for the ticket the last time and I went to India. But when I'm in India, and even when I'm in Canada now, my aim is to see what I can bring back for Grenada. That's all I think about. So someone said when I was in India, Andy, let's go to see the Taj Mahal and let's go to see all these places. I said, no. I'm here having meetings because I want to bring back something for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. That's the mission, and I'm staying focused. And while in India, we were able to meet with a delegation from India who promised to give us a grant of $1 million US to supply us with any equipment that we need for factories. Right?
No, I like that
one. Right.
$1 million US.
Yes. Ooh. Now all we have to do is to provide the land and the building. And that delegation, they were supposed to come this month, but they will come next month in September. And we will have some talks again. We will identify the building and the land and get the process going. We will have access to that money by next year, March, approximately. If that happens, what that means is that we can now start using our materials, our raw materials, to produce finished products or value-added products. And just coincidentally, we have a program right now where we are looking to plant more coconuts, thousands of coconuts. And that program, we can use that program to, Junior, provide copra for coconut oil to the same grant we can get from India. We can also get the equipment to start pulping our fruits. So that, let's take mangoes for instance. Mangoes is something that is seasonal. So if we have mango, going out of season at some point in time, if we pulp the mangoes, we can sell those pulp to different places that can have the use of mangoes all year round.
Yes.
And sometimes I go to hotels, and when I go, I'm getting the canned juice. And I'm saying, that's a shame. You should not be in Grenada and drinking canned juice. But sometimes they cannot get the fruits. So now we have the opportunity to pulp our fruits and sell it to the hotels. And also, we need to call the hotels and let them know, hey, you have to support local. A tourist coming to Grenada, they can get canned juice anywhere in the world. But you want fresh juice when they come to Grenada, not canned juice. True. So we have to start controlling the narrative if we really want change, right? But that's really, and even the Prime Minister was saying, Andy, I think we can start in one of the factories, we can do a tea factory where we can use all our local bushes and so to do teas.
Yes.
And, this may sound simple, but you can have local or people planting things in their backyard, and they could use that to come sell it to the factories, and they can earn $1 from that. But also, let me just say this. This is an opportunity for our local people, because we can now do something called a PPP, public-private partnership.
Yes.
Where we can set up these factories and we can get private people to run them. In that way, we are empowering the private sector to create jobs in the economy. And this is what you want. You don't want government to control everything, but you want to empower the private sector. So it will ease the burden on the government for us to create all the jobs. But look at the spin-off also. If we're doing coconut oil, we're doing mango pulp, people can pick up their mango, not letting it go to waste by the side of the road, pick it up and come and sell it.
Yes.
So the farmers can make more, the ordinary man can make more, the factory can make more. We can have more of the money staying in Grenada than going out to buy all these foreign canned juice, and which is killing us at the end of the day.
I like that $1 million thing. That's actually almost $3 million EC. Yeah? I hope people listen. Almost $3 million. Wow.
And also I will speak to the Prime Minister and say, hey, India has given us $1 million US. Maybe we should match it also to even make it bigger. And this is where the transformation is, Junior. When you're talking about transformation, this is what you call transformation. In the revolution days, we are heading in that direction. But we pause, and 40 years pass, and we're still on pause. So it is time to press the play button for us to start moving. Now, while in Canada, just before I joined the live here, I met with a group from the Philippines who got funding under the FAO. And during COVID, a group of women came together, and the same bananas, the same cocoa, they started to make banana chips, and they started to produce cocoa or chocolate from the cocoa. And the chocolate was magnificent. I tasted it. And the chips also was magnificent. But also, Junior, when they presented it in a bowl. But the bowl was made of leaves. As a matter of fact, when the bowls were produced from the leaves, they said that you can drink soup in the bowl. So that is a way again where we can, and listen, when you throw away the bowl, it's leaves. So at the end of the day, it doesn't pollute the environment.
Yes.
Right? It is biodegradable, goes right back into the soil, and you're good to go. So these are things that we have to start looking at. This is where you call transformation. And what I will do, I spoke to the Prime Minister. I don't know if you want me to say, but I spoke to him this afternoon. And I said, PM, this is what I just saw. It's so interesting. And we agreed that we can take a team of people from Grenada and let them take a trip to the Philippines. Let them see how these things are done and come back in Grenada and spearhead the process.
Lovely.
This is what, Junior, we need to do. Not sit down, killing one another for politics. At the end of the day, that doesn't take us anywhere. What will move us is for us to come together and develop ways. Look at the other countries, visit them, see what they are doing, copy it, come back in Grenada and build Grenada. When we do that, in the next 5-10 years, we will be amazed as to where we can be. Grenada is untouched. Grenada is pure. We have the resources. We are not using it. It is high time we start putting Grenada on the map. It is high time we start using those resources. I've seen Antigua doing chips and exporting those chips abroad. I've seen St. Vincent taking cassava and make flour. It is time to stop the talking and let's put it into action. And I always say, people, God knows why he made me to stutter, because I'm not a talker, although I'm talking a lot. I'm an action man. I like to do things. So I'm telling you now, Junior, that we are organizing a study trip to St. Vincent. And we want to, Mr. Sabuto and I, we are good friends, must say, a very nice man in St. Vincent. And he has a passion for agriculture. Right? And our Minister of Agriculture and I are looking to visit him in St. Vincent to look at the ways that they do certain things, because sometimes we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
But it's a collaboration. We are all Caribbean countries. We are all, in the same boat. So we can help each other. And that is what it's about. So very happy to be in Canada. Listen, I'm not leaving until, Junior, I can get some grant funding for Grenada.
Yeah, man.
Because it's all about pushing Grenada and seeing how we could, make the best use of our country.
Absolutely. Let me give a quick programming note here, guys. You're watching Right Along Live. We're talking here with the Minister of MIT, sharing all his views with us. And I also got to say quickly, guys, that we will be in London, all right? Right Along team, the whole Amazing Colors team will be in London for Notting Hill Carnival. And I want you guys to come join us. We're going to have a real fine time, a real fun time. Let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we open up the phone lines for some more of your calls. Don't move, we'll be right back. Again, guys, you're watching Right Along Live. Your opportunity to chat here with the Minister of MIT. They say one of the hardest working ministers, guys. He's on the line here with us. He's in Canada right now, so we don't have much time. We already have our time. So we could get him for 5 minutes. So your opportunity to call. The phone number that you could call right now is 718-701-5720. While we wait on another call, Minister, what else is brewing? What else could you tell us about the things that you're getting involved in that would benefit the folks in Grenada?
Well, before I say that, let me just say hats off to forget the name of the tea, but a young lady in Blue Street Mall. And there's someone again in Las Vegas, I think they do teas. And I want to say hats off to them. And we can collaborate with them at the government to even grow their business even more. And let me just say this again, that we need to have more people outside of Grenada, or more Grenadians outside of Grenada than in Grenada. So there's an opportunity right there for us to create an avenue so that these folks outside in the diaspora can support our local products. And that link, we have to really, work on bringing that link together. Because I can tell you, Grenadians are very proud people. I went to Grenada for independence, and so are you here on the streets of New York? Oh, Grenada, land of my birth. I mean, people themselves know the song.
Yes.
But they blasting it as Grenada, and you see the flag. We are very proud people.
Yeah.
So I can tell you, and you and I went to Labi Market. I can't forget that.
Yeah.
Right. So we need more Labi marketing in New York, in London, in Toronto. We need more of that, so that our people can send this can have these products in Grenada and send it to Labi, and so where they can sell it to all Grenadian people and others. So I think this is where we have to go.
No, absolutely. No. I think it's a great idea to have these products available far and wide.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see the Indian man and the Chinese and them selling more Caribbean products, so soap and all kind of thing. Like, getting that our own self. We should be able.
Well, listen. As a matter of fact, I wanted to say something, but I don't want to say it. But let me just say that I just said sauce up, right? I spoke to a group in India who are willing for us to send our sauce up to India.
Oh, right. Well, that's good.
And they will do the R&D, the research and development on sauce up, and really testify to the fact that sauce up can help in curing cancer or in fighting cancer. And what they agree to do is that once they can get a chemical in sauce up that is good for fighting cancer, we can now do the testing, and we can extract that chemical from the sauce up, and we can put it in capsules to sell. So instead of us selling the sauce up out to the USA and so, where we are not getting nothing much for it, we can now add value to the sauce up by creating capsules that can help people fight cancer And again, that can be something that we can
done locally, not shipped out and they process.
No. Okay. But they will help us with research and development.
Okay.
Yeah. But something like that, we have to really look at the legal aspect of it.
Yeah.
So we have to ensure that we do things properly and not just haphazard.
Yes.
So this is something that we spoke about in India, and we are very excited because if we can do that, it means that we can grow our source up here. We can get the chemicals from the source up and ship it out. Our freight cost will be less, our value added will be more, and we can benefit more from the source that we have locally. So that's something again I wanted to mention. But staying on the same topic of agriculture, the ministry have a program right now with the World Bank where we will be spending $10 million in the next, say, 9 to 10 months. And we're talking about spending it on livestock, on seeds, on feeds, on improving our feeding capacity, just agriculture in general. Mm-hmm. You call it a food security enhancement project. So the public can look forward to that. You can see us going hard when it comes to agriculture because this is where we have to go. Developed countries they are already taking agriculture serious, but we tend to have it we tend to stigmatize agriculture and tend to run away from it. But this is where we have to go. This is where our food security is. When we import all these foods from abroad, we are importing inflation.
True.
We need to control our own narrative. We need to control that. And how we can control it is by growing our own food. What happens if the next COVID pass? Do we depend on people to feed us, or do we feed ourselves?
True.
So we are very, particular on that, and it is something that we can see us getting involved in. Well, again, Junior, I don't know if I left anything.
I think we covered a whole lot that went over.
Yeah, no. But I just want to say that when it comes to education, let me address this again, Junior, because I keep it real.
Yes.
I keep it real.
Uh-huh.
And I want to tell people that do not let people influence your way of thinking by always listening. It is good to do your own research. And I'm going to call out GBN. I'm going to call them out. Because I saw a story on GBN that was not true. There was no change to our curriculum. Let me repeat that. There was no change to our curriculum. And that is an issue that we will address next week. But there was no change to our curriculum. Let me just say that. And when I heard the story, I was like, nah, we have to do better journalism than that. Because you have a case where the whole country is running with something. Even pastors are running with something that is not true. There was no change to our curriculum.
You're talking
Let
about
me repeat that.
Of gender equality.
Exactly.
Story.
There was no change to our curriculum. And I want people to do the research for themselves. Don't just hear John say something and Harry say something and you run with it. No. There was no change to our curriculum. And we will address it next week. So I will not elaborate on it. Now, what changed? And I did a post on Facebook this morning, Junior, because sometimes you have to keep people focused and keep them in the loop. What changed? We have removed the fees for students who want to attend TAMCC and NULO. But not only students. If you apply to go to TAMCC, Junior, as a big man, no. The fees will be waived. The fees will be waived. Anyone who gets accepted in TAMCC and NULO will not have to pay to attend.
What was the fees before?
$810 was the fee.
So there is no fees, like anyone?
Anyone. Once you get accepted, there's no fee to enter college, TAMCC, and NULO. This in itself, Junior, is remarkable, right? And this is something that we have to really applaud. Because education is often referred to as a great equalizer. It can open the doors to jobs, resources, and skills that help a person not only survive, but strive. This is why access to quality education is globally recognized as a solution to poverty. So you want to talk about helping the poor and vulnerable, as we say, and I hate to use that term, Because Junior, if you are poor, how can I feel satisfied to have you in that position for the next 10 years and giving you a handout?
Mm-hmm.
What I should be trying to do is to try to elevate you from that position so that you can move from being poor or being in the lower class to be in the middle class, going to the higher level.
Mm-hmm.
And how can we do that? By education. That is the key. You see, let me tell you, he may not want to say it, but I'll tell you. The Honorable Philip Tillotson and I, we are very good friends. And when you hear his story, he came from very poor parentage.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a man that he passed school even, ended up being the head boy of Happy Hill, ended up having his ACCA, being an accountant for Koyaba. Even went to have his own company. Now he's the Minister of Social Development. Education is an equalizer.
Mm-hmm. True.
But sometimes people think that when they give you a handout, they will leave you there. They will have you dependent on them. And sometimes we bring that into politics so that we can win.
Mm-hmm.
But we are not doing you a favor. What we should be doing is try to elevate your life. Try to give you the same opportunities. Junior, let me just explain something. I was not the brightest person in the class in my time. And others can tell the same story. But sometimes what makes the difference between the vagrant on the street and you is opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the vagrant on the street did not get the opportunity as you. Sometimes the same way as how the parent giving the 9-year-old child the money to go and buy drugs or whatever it is. Sometimes that is what affected his life. But if we can give children the opportunity, not just those who have the money, but everyone the opportunity, we can help the lower class of people elevate themselves. Imagine you have 9 children. You're on the lower class, on the breadline, and you have a child who, now got qualified to be an accountant, and he gets a good job. He can now, work for the finance to help the family, and that alone can help him
mm-hmm.
help his family out of poverty.
Yeah.
So this is and let me just say something again. Let's talk about the NULO, because sometimes NULO does not get recognition. But not everyone is academically inclined. Sometimes you might say Junior dunce,
mm-hmm.
because Junior come in last.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what Junior want to do is journalism.
Right.
And he's not too much in, taking up in the chemistry and all these things.
They used to say I talk too much. That is what they used to say.
But listen, and when you say you talk too much, we take it as a bad. But that is where we have to recognize, listen, Junior may be onto something.
Yeah.
Look at Mr. Latouche in creative design. He did not go secondary school. But look, this man built SU single-handedly. So maybe his field was not in the academics, but construction. And this is where the skills come in. So we cannot ignore that.
True.
And that is why on our priority list, we have the hospital as number 1. We also have skill training center throughout Grenada, Carriacou. Skill training centers.
Mm-hmm.
We want to build those centers so that we can equip our people with the skills that they need to move on. And let me add, the skills should not be an option, or should not be the option after you failed the secondary school system. It should be incorporated in the system.
Yeah, true.
So it's not because, okay, you got 0 subjects or 1 subject, then, okay, let me go and learn a skill. No. We should be giving skills priority.
Yeah.
I remember when our house got burnt in 1995 and we were building over. The guys were doing the construction. I said, boy, I mean, making real money, boy. They say, we making money. Is the man that doing the electrical and the plumber?
Yeah.
So you may have people going to work in banks and so feeling that they're making more money than these guys. But so then these are the guys that are making the money.
Yeah.
But because they're dirty and so you find maybe they're making nothing. So we need to give people the opportunities. And I see people leave Grenada being a normal citizen. And when they reach up in the USA, These men are doing quality work.
Yeah.
And one then boy, that is the same men in Grenada that can't do nothing.
Yeah. True. And
But
the other thing too, the other thing too that is important with the advent of AI technology, have Chat GPT and all this AI technology, that is going to make a lot of jobs obsolete, right? But no Chat GPT could do the technical skill work that need to be done. No Chat GPT could do that, at least not in the near future. So skill work is very, very important. I applaud that. I think it's a good way.
And let me just say this again. Over the last few days, you've been hearing the negativity in the school system dominating the airways, which is not true. Again, let me just say the school curriculum have not changed. But no one is talking about free education for TAMCC and NULO. And this is what we have to be speaking about.
Right.
But this is an opportunity, not just for the young people, but for you who could not afford it before. Mm-hmm. You have the ability not to afford it. When you look at the revolution, what made the revolution so successful was a literacy rate moved from about 20% to about 90%. And he had the slogan saying that education should be a right, not a privilege. You had night school taking place. People were going back to school. Big people going back to school to learn. You know, and I'm getting passionate about this now. This is what we have done. We have unlocked the whole, roadblock to education. Last year we did the secondary school. We abolished fees. This year we abolished the fees for the tertiary institution and TAMCC. And this is where we have to go. This is a step in the right direction. So Grenada, we should be taking advantage of it. We should be encouraging people to take advantage of it also. And let me just end on this, that let us take advantage of UE. Anyone who gets accepted to UE gets an economic cost scholarship where we pay 80% of the tuition for you. UE is an excellent school. That's where the Prime Minister went to study law. So before you go to support another university in the US or wherever it is, let's take a look at UE. Let's keep the money here. Let's support our local organizations. Let's support SGU also, right? And let us support UE so that it can be a less burden on you. When you have to send your child to a university in the US, you can send them to UE and save 80% of the total cost, and they will be getting quality education. Yeah. So I want to encourage the population. These are the discussion I would love for the various talk shows to have. Instead of trying to manipulate us and have us in a state where we are just making us more ignorant and making us fight against each other, that is not helping you. It is not helping your children. We need to have these important conversations to see how we can move this country forward and how we can elevate our people so that we can be on the top. We can be the head and not the tail. Junior, I was an NMP and I didn't join NDC because I hate NMP, right? I saw our Prime Minister, Deacon Mitchell, he had a vision, and it was my aim to help him achieve that vision so that the country can benefit. And that is what it should be about.
Right.
So I know I talk a lot.
No. I mean,
and I'm just passionate about this country.
Good information. I'd like to thank you and the MIT in particular, because again, in my visit to Grenada, you guys was very visible. Always somewhere doing something. I mean, I saw you. I saw the folks from the MIT on the ground. So I would like to thank you. And the visit that I made to your office, it showed that you took time to meet with your constituency. And you didn't cut the time short. Like, you sat with people. I was hours, guys.
Yeah, listen.
So this is somebody come to the line. They say, Junior George? I say, yeah. I say, you in the back of the line to see the minister? Yes.
You understand?
What I could do, I have to wait.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when I'm with them, I don't answer phone because I want to give them my full attention.
Yes.
And sometimes this manager will come and say, Andy, you have more people outside. But I'm just someone, if I'm giving you my time, I'll give you my time. I'll listen to you genuinely.
Yeah.
Because, Junior, the truth is that I love helping people, and that's just me. Right. My father was that way, my mother is that way, and I guess I got it from them.
Nice.
You know, so
Nice. Well, listen, we're gonna be in Notting Hill for Carnival. So we'll be pushing, of course, Grenada in Notting Hill for Carnival. We want you guys to come out, guys. I'm gonna be in London, I think Saturday or Sunday, somewhere. I'm gonna be there. I want you guys to come out, guys. Let's have fun. Let's take some selfies. Let's have a good time before the Juve. And on Monday, we play in Mass. I want you guys to jump with us, man. We go have some fun on the road. If you wasn't too busy, so busy, you could have probably go in London too. But I understand. You know, work to do. That's fine. That's all right. I will take a jump for you.
do that.
Cool. Thanks again. All right, we'll keep in touch, all right?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure to be on live along. Big up. Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah, man. So, guys, we said that the folks in London, who in London, I've been trying my accent. I've been trying. tell me how I song, guys. Tell me how I song. Let me try this. Tell me how I song. I've been practicing for a whole month. Whole month. I've been practicing this, right? London, that's as far as I got. How did I song? Sound good? Are ready? Ready for London? All right, guys. So if you are ready for London, we're going to be Notting Hill Carnival. I want you guys to play mass with us. Go to rideby.com right now. Rideby.com. If you're in London and you want to play mass with us, the Ride Along team, the Amazing Colors team, the folks are making Carnival. We're going to be inside of that band and we're going to have some fun in London. Yeah, we got some fun in London. All right? Join us. If you need more information, inbox us, guys. How you can get your package. I want to see everybody. We're jumping with Making of the Band in London for Notting Hill Carnival. Get your package again at Rideby. Let me type it in. Rideby, RYDEBUY.com. Or contact Kibbs. Inbox Kibbs, guys. Inbox Kibbs, and Kibbs go tell you guys how you could get your packages and thing for Notting Hill Carnival. Kibbs go tell all you. Inbox Kibbs, she has all the information. Yes. Can't wait. I can't wait to touch London, guys. I haven't been there for almost 4 years. Can't wait. All right, so guys, go to rideby.com. RYDEBUY.com. Right there. It's on the screen. Click that link and get your package because we're going to be Notting Hill for Carnival. Guys, I want to big up Ariza Credit Union, guys. I am a proud member of Ariza. Very proud member of Ariza. And I want you guys to try Ariza. If you're living in the US, if you're living in Canada, if you're living in England, anywhere, you could still become a member of Ariza, you know. But the folks in Grenada, Jed, Ariza is my best friend. With my Ariza card, I have it everywhere I go. I make purchases all over the world, and you could do too. Become a member of Ariza, right? You only need $50 to open up an account, you know. I think it's 50, right? Was it 50? Don't quote me on that. But something so. Big up Ariza. Thank you so much, Ariza, for being such a great corporate citizen. Also, we have to big up, guys, the National Lotteries Authority, the NLA. Now, when you play the games of the NLA, everybody ain't gonna win. There are a lot of people who win, right? But when you play games from the NLA, even if you don't win, you're supporting sports culture and nation building, right? So go ahead, take a chance. You have to be in it to win it. You can't say you want to win, but you ain't playing. Take a chance. Play the games of the NLA. And know that if you win or if you don't win, you're supporting sports culture and nation building. Big up to the NLA, National Lotteries Authority. Hey, Grenada Tourism Authority, right? They are tasked with promoting Grenada all over. And everybody's an ambassador. I'm an ambassador. You are an ambassador. Everybody, every Grenadian, you are ambassadors, right? Because every time someone asks you, where should I take a vacation? You're the first to tell them. Where? Yeah, Grenada. right? So big up to the NLA, and they have the ambassador. I have the whole notes on that. I'm going to give you guys information on how they are rewarding people, how they are rewarding you. So big up to the NLA, GTA, sorry, Grenada Tourism Authority. Hard working in promoting Grenada, ensuring that just for Spice Mass there was sufficient and more than sufficient flights coming down to Grenada. That was the work by who? The GTA, Grenada Tourism Authority. Big up the hard-working folks at the GTA. I know I said NLA, but I meant GTA. So GTA, NLA, and Ariza. Guys, if you want to advertise, you have a business and you want to advertise, you want to send your business viral, like Geneva's Cottage. Yeah, you want to send your business viral? Advertise on Ride Along Live. Geneva's Cottage, guys. Check out this beautiful place in the Woodlands area. It is mwah, 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 mwah. Check the page and you go see. You go see pictures of Geneva's Cottage. It is really amazing. Check out Geneva's Cottage for the best living arrangement while you're in Grenada. And listen, you could also go to Airbnb. You could go to Airbnb and you could check out their site. And just type in Geneva's Cottage and you go see all the pictures, and you could even book on Airbnb as well. But check out all the information about Geneva's Cottage right here on Ride Along Live page. Thank you, and 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 you for being a part of the ride. Thanks to our executive producer, Lois JJ Kibbs. Thank you so much. All the members of staff, all the folks on the ride along, all the moderators. Lynn, big up yourself. Gail, big up yourself. Everybody. Good night, guys. See you guys again tomorrow. London, can't wait. I can't wait. I'll be there. Notting Hill Carnival. We'll be right back.
Ride Along Live.
Spice Isle, call Grenada. Join us every Sunday at 7 p.m. Grenadian time for our weekly educational program on Grenada's history, heritage, and culture. Stream live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Island Learning Grenada.
It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.